Hi, I'm Ben with Who Is Coffee. Today we're at the Cottage House Cafe and we're going to talk about how to make French press coffee. So to make French press coffee, all you need is coffee, a press, and some sort of mechanism to make hot water. Today we're brewing Vivacious Vicky. It's a dark roast from our Persona line and makes a great, robust French press. And when you make French press coffee, you need to grind it to the coarsest grain size possible. So from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least coarse, 10 being the most coarse, it's a 10. So very big grain size because the water needs to soak up all the flavor from those big grain size. How the French press works is actually the coffee grains steep inside of this container. You just add them in, pour in your hot water, and then literally let the grains just sort of steep in. And then what happens is this nice little plunger pushes all of the grains down to the bottom of the container. And then it pours out through this little vent and you get to enjoy your nice coffee. So to make French press coffee, simply all you do is measure out your coffee into your container and then add your hot water. Specialty Coffee Association recommends a 1 to 14 coffee to water ratio. But for me, I like to kind of keep it simple and I use about 1 tablespoon per cup. Our container holds about 4 cups of coffee. So I'm gonna count out 4 tablespoons. Got my tablespoon here and we're just gonna count them out. 2, 3, and 4, right? Next, you simply just add your hot water and fill it up until your fill line. Our fill line on this model is just this bottom of this little decorative piece, but if you buy another one, a lot of them will have an actual fill line on them. Once you've got all your water in there, you're simply just going to stir this up so that all the grains have an opportunity to be exposed to the water. You want to turn that vent inward so that the hot water stays in, traps all that nice flavor and aroma in there. And then you simply just set it there. Depending on how much coffee you're going to make, you need to wait about 5 to 8 minutes. Today we're for about 4 cups, and this one we're going to wait about 8, so that way those grounds have enough time to steep in the hot water and the water to absorb that flavor. So what you're going to do is you're going to push this plunge down, you're going to press, which presses all of the grounds that you don't want to drink to the bottom, and lets all that nice flavorful coffee come to the top. So what we're going to do is just pour it right in the cup. See how we did? Fantastic. And that's how you make French press coffee. So let's say you don't have this gooseneck kettle like we have today. One easy thing to do, especially if you're a Keurig user, is to just measure out your coffee into the container and then use your Keurig as your hot water generation. So just simply set that under there with no pot inside. That's a very important point. And then just let that hot water enter into the container. A double trick on that is if you wanted to be more precise and measure the water. You could measure the water into a measuring cup from your Keurig and then pour it into here. French press is also a great way to make cold brew. What you would do is you just do all the same steps we've just done up until the point where you're gonna plunge it and then simply put it in the refrigerator the night before. When you wake up the next morning, just plunge it, pour it in your cup and enjoy.